Okay, my lovelies, we are going to finish up chapter 14. This is video number 7. And we are reading from The Rape of the Mind by Juste and Merleau, MD. Looking at the time here. Not that it matters, because I'll finish up before we run out of time. And to state that the government can search its own soul is to state absolutely nothing. A government is, after all, merely a collection of individuals. Under the pressure of the loyalty compulsion, of the growing suspicion, these individuals themselves may not search their souls as honestly as they would in less hectic times, or if they were acting as private individuals rather than as official representatives of the government. The man caught in official security rules is the prisoner of the anxiety and insecurity rampant in those who would or who want to establish the delusion of certainty and security, a transgression of values. As soon as the government starts to search the souls of its citizens, it begins to intrude on their rights and interests. It attacks democracy at home and weakens its position abroad. We cannot find the road to peace and fellowship with the rest of the world if we adopt dogmatic, intransigent positions and try to impose our orthodoxy on others. The hallmark of the totalitarian in his insistence that his is the only right way. If we are to maintain our position as the leader of the free world, we must always keep our minds open. Only in that way will we find new ways to peace. We have seen now that the problem of treachery has to deal with the failure to understand our inner mental processes. Every betrayal is in the first place a self-betrayal, a disloyalty toward one's own standards. When people silence their conscience and compromise for the sake of convenience, at that moment they begin to be disloyal to themselves. Passivity, assumed when our conscience should have forced us to act, is the most common form of self-betrayal. Inwardly, a man may be furious because of some injustice he has witnessed, but outwardly he may do nothing about it. This behavior he feels inwardly is treason to the self and is often what makes him so touchy toward other people's flaws. When the pattern of passivity is repeated, the individual continuously piles up more feelings of injustice and grows more and more resentful against society. Evasiveness and skillful dodging of issues of principle, these are among the most dangerous forms of self-betrayal in our time. They are dangerous because they lead unwittingly to the hypocrisy that puts power behind or beyond ethical value. It is dangerous to let personal grudges and discontent solidify into a permanent resentment against the whole of society. Parents and educators can forestall such difficulties through psychological insight by allowing each individual the freedom to criticize and attack in a civilized, non-destructive way the community to which he belongs. By helping to develop in the child the sense that he is responsible for his own views, subversive though they may temporarily appear, parents provide him with the opportunity to overcome his feelings of loneliness and ambivalence and his wish to do violence to those who influence him. Again, loyalty is a relationship. Loyalty to family, friends, or country has to be deserved. Loyalty is possible only when mutual mental aggression and hostility are allowed and tolerated within the limits of the law. This verbalized, sublimated, and civilized form of aggression supposes fairness and good sportsmanship. It is the synthesis and conquest of rebellion and subversion. However paradoxical it may sound, democracy is founded on the mutual loyalty of politically opposed groups. You cannot doubt the good motives and intentions of your opponent without determining the basis for cooperation and successful government. It is most undemocratic to impute disloyalty to the opposition party. History shows that only where there is opportunity to confront and integrate opposing ideas can man eradicate that form of psychological imbalance which gradually turns into a disloyalty to oneself and to the got bugs flying around here and to the community. Fear of subversion and opposition is often fear of ideas, fear of being identified with certain unacceptable ideas, the fear of betrayal of the hidden part of oneself. Fear of reason will exist as long as loyal opposition is a crime. Democracy is nonconformity. It is mutual loyalty, even when we have to attack one another's ideas. Ideas which, because they are always human, are always incomplete. And that, my friends, ends chapter 14, and it also ends part 3 of the book. So in the next video we will be starting part 4, In Search of Defenses, and chapter 15. And there are a few more chapters. Actually, there isn't much left of this book. It's 3. I'm really ready to finish this book. 4. There are 4 more chapters left of this book. There really aren't that many pages. There are about 45, roughly around 45 pages left to go. So we will be done shortly. And then we'll get into that book that Greg's been waiting for, I should say. The Twisted Cross by Joseph J. Carr. And that's the book about Hitler's involvement with the occult. And that should be a very interesting book. And I think this will be the last book that we will do on YouTube, just to give you a heads up, because I found Ustream.tv, and from what I understand, the videos can be much longer. I think they can be up to 30 minutes long, and if that's really true, that's where I will record the videos or upload the videos, and then we'll have longer videos to watch. So 30 minutes at a clip at least. This way we can get through the books more smoothly. So I'll see you in part 4, chapter 15. Be good.